With globalization, inevitably, the end of the Cold War has led to an unprecedented amount of hot conflicts in various regions of the world. Current ongoing conflicts around the world mostly take place in the regions. In this video, we will examine the recent strategic developments in Iraq-Turkey relations. With the visit of the President of the Republic of Turkey, Erdoğan, to Iraq on April 22, 2024, 26 different agreements were signed, primarily focusing on security and economy. It is evident that these agreements will lead to significant changes in the economy and stability of the border regions of both countries, enhance Turkey's role as a regional power, and assign important tasks to Turkish firms in the reconstruction of Iraq. Let's first analyze the topic from the perspective of economic gains. The Development Way project signed between Iraq, Turkey, Qatar, and the UAE is a comprehensive and ambitious infrastructure initiative aimed at establishing strong connections between Asia, Europe, and the Gulf regions, ranging from economy to transportation, security to political cooperation. The strategic goal of the project is to create an integrated transportation network between Iraq and Turkey, covering railways, highways, ports, and urban centers. The project envisions the transformation of the Grand Fa port into the largest port in the Middle East and its connection to a 1,200-kilometer railway and highway network. We can list the significance of the project, its gains, and the anticipated risks as follows. If a ship departing from the Fa port uses the development route to reach Europe, the shipping time will be 25 days compared to 15 days via the Suez Canal, implying a 25-day gain compared to the Cape of Good Hope. The Development Way project extends from the Persian Gulf to Turkey and Europe via land and railways, connecting Iraq and Turkey while strengthening the economic and geopolitical status of both countries globally. Russia, prioritizing the Ukraine war and having interests in Syria, Libya, and Azerbaijan, is likely to support the project. However, the US and Western countries may attempt to obstruct the project to maintain their influence in the region, hinder Turkey's gains, ensure the continuation of Iraq's dependency on the West through instability, and may continue to support the PKK in terms of logistical support, arms supply, and training, and make efforts to undermine Turkey's economy. Now let's examine the topic from the perspective of security gains. Turkey, under the legitimate right of self-defense as stipulated in Article 51 of the UN Charter, has implemented the strategy of eliminating terrorism at its source since 2019 through its claw operations. With these operations, the presence of the terrorist organization in the region has been significantly limited. Unlike previous operations, these operations were based on a strategy of permanent deployment. In previous years, terrorist organization members would attack military bases along the Turkish border and then withdraw to camps within Iraq, where preparations for new attacks would be made. The Turkish military would track and neutralize the terrorists through organized operations. However, this situation changed with the claw operations starting from 2019, with the new operations. Turkey, which has military bases beyond its borders, diminishes the operational capability of the PKK in its ideological, logistical, and training camps in Haftanin, Evazan, Zap, and Hakirk, while the intelligence agency's effectiveness in the region enables the elimination of PKK's key points. Through these operations, a secure buffer zone has been established within 30 kilometers depth along the border. The benefit of establishing a buffer zone at this point is an indisputable fact. With the latest agreements signed between Turkey and Iraq, it is likely that Iraq will also participate in counter-terrorism operations. In this case, 1. The terrorist organization will lose this region, which it sees as a liberated and safe area. 2. Disagreements among the leadership cadre of the organization will emerge. 3. The armed structuring and logistic accumulation centers of the organization will either be lost or shifted to Syria and Iran. 4. Both countries will establish an atmosphere of trust and stability in their domestic policies. 5. There is a possibility that PKK elements in Syria and Iran will come under pressure, leading to efforts to enter new formations. The joint operability of the Turkish and Iraqi armed forces will strengthen the hand of both countries in regional leadership, and external intervention by international powers will be prevented. Let's now consider the potential future courses of action for Turkey and Iraq. 1. The establishment of a joint operations center between Turkey and Iraq will increase cooperation in manned and unmanned aerial operations, pinpoint operations, special operations, and intelligence sharing. 2. It is anticipated that the Turkish military will conduct a new operation starting from the summer months, creating an uninterrupted security corridor extending up to 30 to 40 kilometers deep into Iraq. 3. Parallel to the southward movement of the Turkish military, terrorist organization members fleeing from the Turkish border into the interior of Iraq in an attempt to reinforce or shift from Syria, Iran will be neutralized by the Iraqi army or their movements will be restricted. 4. As long as Turkey remains determined to eliminate the PKK, the influence of the U.S. in the region is expected to diminish, and the U.S. will be compelled to limit its cooperation with the PKK. 5. When Turkey reaches the point of eliminating the PKK in northern Iraq, its next target could be to implement a strategy to eliminate PKK extensions in Syria by reaching an agreement with the Syrian government. Thank you very much for your support for my channel. Until the next broadcast, goodbye and have a great day.